Yo, what is up, you guys? Bringing you guys a gameplay commentary. Today I'm doing a dual com, and it's kind of a second part to the video that I had yesterday, talking about Scumpy leaving Optic. And today we have confirmed that Scumpy is leaving Optic. And I have another person here with me that's going to help me out on this video. So if it's a little longer than yesterday's, please excuse that fact, but I've been looking on his Twitter. The video that he said that was going to come out hasn't came out yet. He hasn't made it, but he said he said Optic isn't the way it used to be, and it's frustrating being on a team where there's hatred players in the team. So basically at that point, he starts basically talking trash to Nadeshot and JCap. And I guess JCap and Nadeshot didn't get along at the time that they were in the house. So he basically is just pointing fingers at Nadeshot at this point, saying that Nadeshot, you're basically the reason that we have all broke up or left the team in the first place. Because Merc left because of a team agreement that he needs to be released, but mainly the person that pushed that release was Nadeshot. And I know yesterday I got hate comments on my channel, and every time I got a hate comment, it was trying to stand up for Nadeshot, because in yesterday's video I talked about Nadeshot a lot. And they were basically trying to make it seem that they were trying to flip the script and say that it was everybody else's fault for leaving. But I totally disagree with that fact. I think everybody leaves, or everybody that has left Optic in the past, was because of Nadeshot. The reason why Merc isn't there is basically because of Nadeshot. The reason why Rambo isn't there is because of Nadeshot. And now you move to Scumpy. The reason he's not there, because of Nadeshot. So that's pretty much my thoughts at this, to get them out there at the beginning. But we're going to talk about some more stuff. But I know my friend has some things to say, so you can go ahead.
Stumpy basically put on his Twitter, pretty insane how one player and the team house can corrupt the championship team and change moves. Good luck with Optics tonight, very unfair. So that says a lot about like how they work, you know.
Alright, I had to turn my audio down because it was too loud. But, yeah, like, a lot of people that gave me comments yesterday, I got a lot of positive comments yesterday. And everybody agreed with me that, when I was talking about Nadeshot. And, in my personal opinion, Nadeshot's the biggest problem with the Optic. I think Optic need a reliable player that they can rely on to help them, because you know, Hex definitely cannot become a pro player. Nadeshot, he was good at the beginning. He was reliable. He was a good pick. But I think in the end, it wasn't a right decision for them to let Rambo go for him. And I know they needed to pick a guy up for a tournament because Rambo was sick at the time, and this is when Nadeshot first came to Optic and first played for Optic. He had been on the Optic squad for a long time. He just never had gotten into the competitive team. And the first time he got to go into the competitive team, you know, they still lost that tournament when he came, but I guess they placed somewhat well, which got them thinking about Nadeshot. But they still should have kept Rambo, in my honest opinion. I think if they were smart, they would have kept Rambo in the long run. But I mean, Nadeshot has kind of ruined the team. And to be completely honest, he's made people leave. He's made trouble come at Optic. He's done a lot against Optic and getting. I mean, everybody at first thought that he was like one of the greatest guys. He had full potential, but looking at it now, I mean, he doesn't look the same that he did. And that is really what I think a lot of people don't look at is Black Ops 2. He tried to show strength, but he couldn't. MW3, Scumpy pretty much took over that game. Scumpy just owned MW3. That was his game. That was the game that he shined in. But if you look, Nadeshot doesn't really have a game where he ever shined in. I mean, you have your bad games and your good games, but he didn't have too many good games. There was, I mean, a couple times he aced rounds or so, but a lot of the work either comes from like Merc or Scumpy or Big Timer, somebody other than Nadeshot. So, I mean, in my honest opinion, I don't think Nadeshot was a good pickup, to be completely honest. It just wasn't a good pick.
Talking about earlier is like how Nadeshot and Hex definitely have something going that Nadeshot just has not been like taken out of pocket yet. Because in my opinion, and a lot of people on Twitter, you can definitely tell. A lot of people think Nadeshot should have been the first one to go before Limbo and Merc and now Scumpy.
Yeah, I agree. It should have never got down to the point to where everybody on the team was so frustrated and mad at the fact that they couldn't win a championship that they wanted to make the decision of leaving. Like this other guy said on Twitter, he's like, make the right team decision and kick the guy that's making everybody unhappy in the first place. And if that decision ever would have came down to Optic, Nadeshot would have been probably gone a long time ago. But they never really sat down because I think, because of Nadeshot's followers and all the publicity they got when they started Optic and when he got into Optic and all the money they were making for his Red Bull sponsorship, they never really thought that he would be a problem. And I mean, obviously now you can see that he's a problem, but they never really thought that he was going to be a really big problem because, you know, you got sponsorships, and, you know, if you're sponsored by Red Bull, that means either you're a really good player or you've got like somewhat talent. And I don't know if Nadeshot really, I think he kind of let that Red Bull sponsorship get in his head a little bit, and it was telling him things that he really didn't really kind of earn or deserve at this point. So, I mean, and I agree that him and Hex have something going in the house, because anytime that you mention Nadeshot or something, Hex is kind of always behind Nadeshot. And I mean, you can understand, because you're trying to defend for your teammates. But you hardly ever saw Hex jump in with like Merc's battles or Scumpy's battles or Big Timer's battles. I don't know if he just thought that they could defend for themselves or what. But I'm going to say this now. Wherever Scumpy goes, Optics are going to get a lot of hate. And wherever Scumpy goes, he's going to aim right for Optic. And he's going to be proud when he puts Optic out of a tournament. And somebody mentioned this in the comments yesterday, and I do read in every comment I get. He said, Merc envy, Rambo envy, Proofy envy, Scumpy envy. Dominant team. And that is a dominant team. That is like that's basically a squad that have been on Optic before and know the Optic squad, and they know how good Scumpy is. But the thing that I disagree with that is I don't think Envy are the type of team to drop Goonjar right when he joins to pick up Scumpy. And the reason I say that is because Goonjar just played his first tournament, and since he has left TK and joined Envy, that UNG Philly was his first tournament with Envy. And in my personal opinion, they did pretty good. They did lose to Strictly Business and TK. But as we all know, in the end, TK lost to Complexity, which drama happened in that too. I mean, I just don't see them dropping Goonjar for Scumpy. But if they do, they do, which will make a dominant team in the end. But, I mean, I just don't see it happening. But that's my personal thought. That's just what I think. But who knows? The Optic never said that they were going to drop anybody, and they have. So, I mean, it's pretty much just the way that you want to play the game and what you want to do in the game. So, but I mean, competitive gaming at some point is either going to die or it's going to grow. It's already grown. But if all these roster changes keep coming, there's not going to be much that we're going to be, or competitive players are going to want to do, because they're going to be scared that their team is going to keep changing. So, I mean, I agree with the fact that, like, Scumpy's leaving. And pretty much what I said yesterday is the reason why he's leaving. He says Optic isn't the way it used to be. Optic, we can't win a championship anymore. And, you know, it's pretty much just getting to that point to where they're just, or I should put it in this way, Big Timer's done, Merc was done, Scumpy's done. Like, they're just completely over the fact that they can't win anything. They can't make themselves known again. So, to be honest, I hope Scumpy joins a team that he can be happy on, and he can join a team that actually has potential and can make him show. And he's already a known player for being on Optic, and he already has full support from everybody, because everybody's saying that Nadeshot should leave. Nadeshot should be the one that's kicked. Everybody should come back, and Nadeshot should go. But because of that thing that my friend said with Hex, I don't know if he's ever going to be able to go. I don't know if he's ever going to get kicked off. I mean, if Big Timer wanted to make the decision of kicking him off the team, he could. Hex could make the decision because he made Optic. But because he has such a good relationship with Hex, I don't know if that would happen or not. So, I mean, I guess it comes down to the point of saying when will they actually realize that he needs to be gone. But I don't know. I agree with Scumpy in the end for leaving. There's a lot of other people that do as well. I agree 100% with him that he should have left a long time ago. But in most of his Twitter comments, he goes straight for JCap and Nadeshot. So right there, I mean, even this guy says it. He says pretty much what I said. And everybody's left in the team because of Nadeshot. Rambo, Merc, JCap, Big T, Scump, all gone because of one person. And that one person points fingers at the only guy that is still in competitive Call of Duty on the Optic team, which is Nadeshot. So I guess what we're trying to get out here is Nadeshot is the main reason that Optic aren't the same. And I know there's a ton of people that can contest to that and say, well, Optic wouldn't be known as much as if it wasn't for Nadeshot. True, but if they didn't have Nadeshot, they would have built on themselves because they could have won more tournaments, and their videos would have got out there either way. But you still have those loyal fans to Scumpy and those loyal fans to Optic. But just face it, Optic's not going to be the same without Scumpy and Big Timer. So now that they're both gone, there's no point for Optic to even keep going. But that's pretty much all I gotta say. If you want to say anything else, you can. But I pretty much just got my point across.
No, I think you pretty much covered everything. A lot of the people, a lot of the fans are extremely loyal, and they'll still be behind. But the bottom line is that Optic won't be the same for a while.
Well, I kind of think that they're basically never going to be the same. They just took and made a team. They've already made JCap go against them. So FaZe is already pointing to Optic. Whatever team Scumpy joins is going to be pointing at Optic. So it's kind of already like two teams versus one. Because if FaZe doesn't take Optic out, if they play in another tournament, then Scumpy's team will. Because Scumpy will make it, his, if that's the only thing he does in the tournament, he will make it to where he forces Optic out of the tournament. And I agree 100% with him. But I guess we're going to end the video here because we've already went over enough, and I don't have too much space on my drive yet. I got to clear some off. But I hope you guys enjoyed the somewhat of a dual commentary. I know I said a lot because I know a lot about competitive and what goes on. But in the end, I hope that everybody realizes, if you're watching this video, that everybody realizes that in the end, if you look at Optic and you look at all the things that happened before Nadeshot joined and you look at it now, Nadeshot didn't really change Optic in the way that they were hoping it would change it. So leaving out with that, if you guys did enjoy the video, please like, comment, subscribe. And that gameplay I was showing was in League Play on Black Ops 2 that I just got a couple of days ago. 44 and like 17. But yeah, so if you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. Follow my friend's channel. It'll be in the description. And follow me on Twitter. So you can keep up with what I think about everything that's going down between Optic and them. But yeah, so please subscribe if you haven't already. I know yesterday that my video got a lot of support and I enjoy that. But yeah, so I guess we'll see you guys in the next one. You want to say your outro or anything?